Next up, we have a Bard of Bones herself, Sindal. Hey, Petey, it's a RP event in Thunder Bluff. Actually, this is what it was if you were curious. Stories, you'll see there's like stories, jokes. It's pretty poppin'. There's like a full raid group actually. 10 foot, I think so too. I was gonna bring my druid here, but I wanted to actually sear the stories, so I made the Tauren. I'm gonna read this out. Sindal says, "I'm going to play a song. Many a you hear before, but I hope that I change it up a bit to keep you on your toes." Is he playing the music? Oh, there we go. Hums a bit before just before she starts just banging with the bone, with a smaller bone and tune, similar to the Irish jig. See, that would be so cool if there was custom music in WoW for stuff like this. Oh, they're singing. "Come round, all ye peoples who want to hear your tale. Are the dry sands of Teneris, are trolls who mighty pale, and a bard hunting for bones, and a sandy trash hunter. Sing with the bard now, a song's a plunder, blunder. Us two be seeing big bones that stick out the horizon. Bones too big to move, the creature as big as an island. Us two head to Zul'Farrak, but them trolls not so nicey, so we disguise as Faraki by rolling in the sandy. So bang bones with me and listen to this tale." This is actually pretty good, because they're doing like emotes too. "So we walk into the city that be filled with sandy trolls. Look for where the bones come from. That was our goal. Our disguise mighty good at fooling couple silly trolls. I speak in bed Faraki, the trolls did unroll." Disguises did be found out. They're fighting in the alley. Knocked them trolls out real fast, gave 'em no time to rally. Our journey could continue, disguises was intact. Us two had no tact, looking for artifacts. Sing bang bones with me, and sing along as well.
Our ancestors be praised.
We make it to our place, filled with snake statue. Snakes couldn't make them bones. This was a clue. The place had a gong that called a big monster. It'd be too small, so we did both the slaughter. Maybe to alter, with humans in a cage. We went and freed them to watch them fight. They were swarmed with acolytes. Trolls did kill them. Gruesome sights. Dude, what was cool too is they were doing emotes this whole time as well. Saying bang bones with me. I listened to them crack. Watching the trolls revel in victory. It dawned on us too what the bones might be out in the open. Model the basilisk. We tried to get real close. Yes, a big old risk. Boom, smashes the bones. The Faraki did not like that and chased us from the town. Mystery of bones solved by us two clowns, but now we must run now. Trolls be mighty angry, and that was the tale how we escaped the Gandly. Say bang bones with me. We ain't never going back.
Strength and honor.
was good. That was really good. What was cool? What was really cool was, and I shouldn't talked over it as much as I did even. I like that they had emotes to go with the song too, and I added a lot. And because I was singing, I almost wasn't even getting to see some of um, their performance on the stage too. That was fun. At 10 foot, I actually don't know what layer it's on. I'll be honest with you, friend. I'd have to like enable Novos. If there's intermission, I could try to. I would just come here though, and then I suppose you'd know if it was here or not, and then we can try to get you on the right layer once we know if you're on the right one or not, because there's only the two or whatever, so it's like the 50-50. That was good. That was good. Hope the Sappa wasn't too much. Well, no, Jeffy didn't do anything. But I appreciate it. Kaylin brushes off bone fragments off her tabard and snorts. Always a good beat.
It is meant to be.
I wish I had 10 foot. Next time I'll prepare one. Because I would probably flop on the spot. But I will, because I think they do this monthly. Next we have Zuka Light Gazer. Hopefully this will be less explosive. Night, Tazzy. Zuka says, so, this tale is more so about, caution with certain spells. A small story from when I, was a new priest. As some may know, shadow magic is forbidden within the walls of Silvermoon, but outside is fine. Our teacher, along with a volunteer paladin, took us outside to practice a shadow spell. Mind control. Zuka says our goal was to cast a spell, properly, and take the paladin's mind. Make him walk 10 feet, then release him. The paladin was there to make sure nothing went wrong. Well, when it was my turn, The suspense is killing me. I took over his mind, but I was really bad at controlling him. I ended up talking myself 10 feet, lost our connection, and fell off a cliff. Poor chap. See, that's why I need to prepare the story 10 foot, because I would have typos. You shouldn't be learning mind control from a priest of the light. As punishment for failing the spell and falling, I had to climb back up with no help from my teacher. Suka says, took me half an hour, and when I got back up there, they were all practicing holy fire on the paladin. While he was gritting in pain, he looked me in the eye and laughed. Oh, I bet he was in pain. Zuka says, my face was red from embarrassment. He deserved to laugh at me over that. I've mastered the spell now. But that failure, I've not lived it down. Whenever I pass by old classmates, they make sure to remind me. So word of warning for anyone practicing any school of magic. Really pay attention to what you're told. You hear that, Taz? Really pay attention to what you're told. You hear that, Taz? I hope Taz is still in the chat. That's all from me.
Hell yeah, brother.
I got one more in, Taz, before you laugh. I got. Actually, you might want to just do the opposite. Cute little story. I think I would like to do this sometime. I'll think of a good one from like South Shore or something. Kalen says, that is certainly one way to train. Guess I can't really speak. We used to train by whacking each other with progressively sharper sticks when I was a fledgling brave. They go on to say, now next up we have, I guess I didn't get a name. Oh, who could be next? Ree. Ree is their name is just Ree. Ree says, when I am scared... Oh, says before that, hello, I am new here, but I have a short poem. But it's from the heart. When I am scared, I turn into a bear. When I am mad, I turn into a cat and attack. When I feel free, I heal and I turn into a tree. And let the wind blow through my leaves. But when I miss you, I have no form. Just a void that feels like a warlock's soul drain. Thank you for listening.
Strength and honor.
Cute. Really touched my heart. That was a sweet poem, man. I like that. I'm really liking the side banter as well. I think if I do these events more regularly, because I'd like to, whenever stuff like this happens and I catch wind of it, I'm going to try to make it kind of unique. I'll try to do more voices. I'll try to not interact with chat. So like it's a good like a VOD of the event, a better VOD of just the event, not so much about my chat interactions, but more so about just the show for that brief moment, for that brief hour or two. I think I'd like to do that in the future because I don't know, I think there's a lot of potential there. Just like the emotes, and maybe I'll like read off some of the other characters as well, trying to do voices based on what they're playing as. Oh, I started missing a story. Our mage friend was saying, hello, my name is Tinkerfoot. Nice meeting all of you again. I was here before for the cultural exchange event. Tinker had lots of fun, but that's not important right now. I'm going to tell you guys a funny story that happened to two friends of mine. Well, my friends were working in Dunmorrow. One of them climbed the tree and did nothing. All day. How typical. Gnomes, man. Actually, gnomes are pretty hard workers. They're tinkerers. But are they, though? Because they're working smart, not hard, right? So maybe, like, deep down they're lazy. They're just trying to be more effective and efficient. Tenfoot, I do see you here. So one of them climbed a tree and did nothing all day. The other one asked to my friend that was on top of the tree, can I also sit like you and do nothing all day long? And my other friend answered, sure, why not? I like these two gnomes. So my friend sat on the ground below my other friend and rested. But all of a sudden, a bear appeared jumped on my friend and ate him. What? That was what? They were saying from what I've learned from this is to be sitting and doing nothing, you must be sitting very, very high up. No problems there, brother. Wasn't it supposed to be a funny story? What a funny story. I guess in that sense, I mean, I'm laughing. So, mission complete. They're saying not so good for my friend, but I always laugh thinking about it. Well, Caitlin's saying, well, that was the first night we've had someone from the Alliance share a tale. Now, anyone else looking to share a story? Oh, here goes our friend. Jinthis was saying, I apologize dearly for my late arrival, and I pray that no one has told this story already. You're saying, but last week, I accompanied many members of the Redwood tribe on a dangerous foray into the Zulaman. Jinthis was saying, the foul forest trolls had captured the Thunderbird of Taraka, who communicated to her in dreams about its location. Of course, the Amani, being an ancestral enemy of mine, how could I turn down such an offer? I like how there's a cat causing mischief in the crowd. Genthis was saying, a useless human met his end seconds after we banged the gong and the gates opened, but then the race was on. The vile trolls had taken many innocents as prisoners to use as the living sacrifices in their twisted rituals. There's a spot for Jeffy up there. Gentis was saying the Amani were quickly made aware of our presence, no doubt due to Gorge's enormous size and loudness, but it did not matter. Wave after wave of them came upon us, and wave after wave fell. They broke themselves upon my shield.
Hi.
One of them I grabbed by both hands and made him to attack himself to break the Amani morale. I cried, "Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself." But he could not stop, for I was hitting him with his own hands. Oh, they're being mean to this poor chap, and he was like trying to step up. Well, there's a couple people. Like a couple people were like being impatient with him. The boy tell his tale. It's only been 5 minutes. Oh, yes. Eventually we found where uh, Taraka's bird was being held captive. The crazed Amani priest was siphoning its power for his own sinister purposes. He says, I swiftly and righteously brought him to an end. My 9 companions gave wonderful morale support.
Our ancestors be praised.
I like how this cat has been disrupted the whole, like just kind of been, not really disrupted, but when walking through the stands as a cat, RPing as a cat, as people are like shooing the cat away. He's saying, Tarka, after rescuing her bird, discovered that it was not a bird at all. At least, not in the traditional sense. It was a Loa. Getting some, like, ZA lore. That's right. The Amani had betrayed their own gods. The bird Loa, whose name I cannot pronounce because troll words are too hard, decided to join forces with Tarka as thanks for the rescue. Yes, unfortunately, troll words are simply impossible. As he says. Surely Zandalai is the hardest language in Azeroth the Master. You can imagine a Sandalari. Anyways, back to the story. Just say man a lot, man. Come on, man. You saying morale was high after we rescued the bird. There were 3 more wretched priests left. Warren, I see you blinking. You're saying I might be skipping a few minor details, but... We killed all their priests, annihilated the majority of their forces. I body slammed a berserker or two, then we came up upon the dreaded Hex Lord Malacross. Gentha says he is, of course, dreaded, not because he is powerful, but because he never drops the item I need. He says, I easily killed him, but behind his door was the mortal enemy of all Sindorai, Zul Jin himself. The one and only Zul Jin, and not a shapeshifter, doppelganger, or clone. I know this because I'm a paladin. That's a good joke. Of course. He tried in one last desperate attempt to siphon the remaining power from the Amani Loas, but it was all in vain. I was simply too strong for him. Someone says in a low whisper, this is what happens when you give a young man a knighthood and a sword. You see, none can match the fury of a blood knight. Jinta says, after crushing his skull, I delivered an eloquent speech about the fall of the Amani Empire. It was both poetic and terrifying. The few remaining trolls ran scared for their lives. The hunter's dog stepped on a bee. The moral of the story is friendship always wins, and siphoning power from gods will probably end badly for you. Dude, I'm gonna try to get in that front row, bro. Dude, I'm gonna sneak up there at the appropriate time. Warren, you're so naughty, dude. You're not even on a bench, Warren. What are you doing, dude? Here, come sit next to Jeffy. Warren, you could tell a story about Kung Fu and fighting. Dude, Warren, next time we both bring a story. We gotta. I'm gonna, like, follow the posts, or the posters, so I know that, when these happen. I don't have a good one, though, and I'll make a fool of myself. Dude, no, I'll save that in Fezza. I'm gonna save that and do it right, because I'll bring the mage, and I'll actually have, like, macros to tell my story properly. So with correct spelling and, like, a good tale, a good fucking tale from Duskwood. But I'll do that next one. I wasn't prepared. Are they gonna step up? Oh no. We got somebody? Nice. I think we do.
Strength and honor.
Yay. Huh. My friend DNA says, thank you all for coming. Now, are y'all familiar with Nat Pagle? Here's a small story told right from the sailor's mouth himself. Deep in the sea, you see Nat and I, good friend, were fishing in the middle of the ocean. And a giant fish he had caught really was fighting us. It led to the ship sinking. I couldn't continue. You see, I am no strong man like him. You see, I am no strong man like him. But the maelstrom appeared moments after this grueling battle. No, I'm not saying he caused it, but I saw what I saw. Thank you. Ooh, a tale from the sea. Ooh. Caitlin says there are many mysteries in this great sea. Who knows what else is out there? Now, unless there are any others who wish to share. Anyone at all? Ooh, we have another.
Our ancestors be praised.
Alright, looks like our next speaker is going to be Lyle Brooks. Lyle says, now, the Forsaken are a new race. We do not have stories of our own, apart from battles against the Scourge and the tales of Lady Sylvanas. So I'm trying to fill that void by reviving old fairy tales from Lordaeron's glory days. Ooh, very well. Very good. This tale still needs some work. Even so, I hope you all will enjoy it. I like how there's still banter in the background about the troll tale from before. Lyle Brooks says there once was a dreadguard who patrolled Torrin Mill. He had only fragmented memories of his former life, but his mind was ever keen and ever curious. Yeah. While we're on the edge of our seats, one day, while traveling the road, he stumbled across a young maiden in distress. She was caught up a tree, cornered by a cougar. Ordinarily, he would have gone on his way, for humans were of no concern to him. But something about her caught his eye. What was she doing out here, so far from South Shore? She was far too meek to be a soldier. Indeed, she was beautiful, and her skin soft as silk. In that moment, something he couldn't explain came over him. He fired an arrow at the cougar, killing it instantly. But as the maiden came down from the tree, he realized what he had done. She could never understand his feelings. The Dreadblade hid behind a bush and watched the maiden slowly make her way down the tree. She looked around, but did not spot the man who saved her. Then she ran back towards South Shore as quick as she could. It's actually a really cute story. It's a fairy tale, right? They've got to be happy endings. I don't know about that. The Dreadblade could not get this woman out of her mind. Although he knew it was wrong, time passed and a trio of apothecaries came to visit Torn Mill from the Undercity. By the time the Dreadblade was desperate, but he was also clever. By this time, the Dreadblade was desperate, but he was also clever. He asked the apothecary if they could make a potion that would cause him to appear as a human. It was for a mission, he said, to spy on Southshore from the inside. The apothecary said it could be done. However, the potion would only last for a short time, and he would not be able to speak, for the living would surely be disturbed by the sound of his decayed vocal cords. So the Dreadblade took the potion and went to see his maiden in Southshore. She did not recognize him, of course, but he was able to charm her with dance and gifts of flowers.
May our paths cross again.
Everything seemed to be going well. They spent the whole day together. As the sun began to set, the maiden held his hands. She looked deep into his eyes. Alas, I cannot be with you, for I am to be wed to the man who saved my life. The captain of the guard. You see, she believes it was the captain who fired the arrow that killed the cougar. The Dreadguard was heartbroken. Worse, he had lost track of time. At that moment, the potion wore off, exposing him for his true self, a forsaken. The maiden screamed. She called for the guards, who dispatched the Dreadguard with no resistance. As the Dreadguard lay on the ground, facing his true death, he felt happy. For one day, brief though it was, he had known love. The end. Aww. Our host says I had a joke in mind, but now it feels inappropriate. We haven't heard a joke tonight at the event.
Strength and honor.
Well, the next speaker is going to be Bone Bags here. And he says, Siri Narc are the Krakengan, Falapas, Grapples, and Clock. Verks on Spagglegurns are they torturing through Gatling Weems? Well, okay, then. He goes on to say, Fernalwend, the Schism, galling fast in Cluttypock. Sentiflox Drozzle by Teas nesting on Cout. Rinald Dawn. For Lufen under Carrots, mingle at item Tong Follop. He says Shoesy Bales of Kremp, deflated Guamble, Rooks the Plisties. Was that it? That was it. Oh, shit. Yeah, no, Sean. Yeah, no. Oh, I suppose that's how he talks because of his character, how it looked. I should have zoomed in to see that one more time. Let me see if I can look at him quick to give you guys a good view of that. His character had no jaw, though. Can I inspect? That's that was pretty funny. I liked it even before I came to that conclusion. I think it might be the last call. It's been a good event.